Chosen ones, there's a reason your energy feels so charged lately. Someone with high status is secretly in love with you and hates seeing others flirt with you. This isn't gossip, it's reality. They live a life where money is meaningless and confidence is currency, moving through the world with the quiet power of someone who always gets what they want, and right now they want you. Yet they're holding back. Every post you make is tracked, every interaction noted, jealousy boiling hotter. When the move finally comes, it won't look like a pursuit at all. It will feel like fate, but it's been orchestrated all along. Let me tell you something about your energy. People are shook right now, genuinely shaken, because they're finally seeing what was always there but they were too blind to recognize. You carry an anointing, a spiritual marking that makes you different from everyone else in the room, and for years people overlooked this. They walked right past you. They took you for granted. They treated you like you were ordinary. Those people are experiencing something strange right now. Things aren't working for them anymore. Opportunities they thought were guaranteed are falling through. Relationships they thought were solid are crumbling, and deep in their gut they know why. Because when you mistreat someone anointed, when you disrespect someone chosen, the universe corrects that energy, fast. Some of your exes are feeling this right now. That person who thought they could do better, they're realizing they fumbled the rarest thing they'll ever encounter. That friend who used you, they're watching you glow up and they can't figure out why their own life is falling apart. That family member who doubted you, they're seeing you step into power and they're scrambling to reconnect before it's too late. But you're not interested in any of them anymore, because while they were sleeping on you, someone else was wide awake, someone who saw the anointing before you even fully stepped into it, someone who recognized that you're not just spiritually gifted, you're a spiritual powerhouse, and they've been waiting for you to realize it too. This multi-millionaire watching you, they picked up on something. They sensed that you're prophetic, that there's something about your presence that shifts atmospheres, and unlike everyone else who got intimidated by your energy and tried to dim your light, this person wants to amplify it. They want to see you at full power, because they know that when you finally activate everything inside you, you're going to be unstoppable, and they want to be there when it happens. This person creeps your profile regularly, looking at your pictures, reading your captions, watching your stories, and experiencing a physical response that can't be controlled. Something about the way you look, the way you carry yourself, the energy you project through the screen drives this person wild. The fantasies are detailed, vivid. You appear in lace, in lingerie, in specific positions that reveal just how kinky things get in this person's mind when it comes to you. This isn't some shallow attraction. This is deep, consuming desire that's been building the entire time you've been watched. And the preferences are very particular. Specific things this person wants to see you wear, specific scenarios waiting to be created with you. You might think this sounds dark. It is, because devilish tendencies emerge when it comes to intimacy, dominant energy, rough energy, exact knowledge about what's wanted in bed, without any shyness about it. And here's what you need to understand. When you finally connect with this person physically, you are not prepared for the intensity, the way control will be taken, the way you'll feel things you've never felt, the way boundaries you didn't even know existed will be gently pushed and expanded. Something in you is going to be rewired, but right now, observation mode continues. The watching isn't just about attraction, it's about being territorial. Every comment on your posts gets noticed. Every message sliding into your inbox is seen. Every real-life attempt at flirtation registers, and it triggers something primal. Because in this person's mind, you're already claimed, already belonging to them. The announcement just hasn't been made yet. This is someone who gets what they want, always. When they set their sights on something, they don't stop until it's theirs. And right now, their sights are locked on you. The strategy is already in motion. The approach is already planned. And soon, very soon, you're going to receive an invitation that changes everything. When you first encounter this person, you're going to think the energy is cold, unemotional, maybe even disinterested. The approach won't come with flowery words or obvious attraction. Everything will be calculated, measured, almost distant, and this is going to confuse you because you won't understand why someone so powerful is being so reserved. You're being tested. Can you handle this energy? Will you chase, or do you have enough self-respect to match the pace? Because pursuit has been constant for this person their entire life. Everyone wants something. Everyone has an angle. The exhaustion from it all runs deep. So when the meeting happens, watch for signs that you're different, that you're not impressed by money alone, that you're not trying to perform or pretend, that authenticity flows from you regardless of who's standing in front of you. And the more you stay in your own power, the more you remain unbothered by cold exteriors, the stronger the attraction becomes. Underneath that cold surface lives someone who loves you more than you know, more than current willingness to admit allows, because the math has already been done. The future has already been imagined together. The decision that you're the one has already been made. Finally found the one. But vulnerability won't show until absolute certainty exists that this level of emotional access can be trusted. Lavish doesn't even begin to cover it. We're talking about private jets, exclusive restaurants where reservations take months, events where everyone is someone important, vacations to places you've only seen in magazines, a lifestyle that exists in a completely different dimension from what most people experience. They want to introduce you to all of it. They want to spoil you. They want to see you draped in designer clothes, covered in jewelry that costs more than most people's houses, living in spaces that feel like palaces, because in their mind, that's where you belong, that's the level you should be operating at. And they have the resources to make it happen immediately. But this isn't just about material things. This person wants permanence. They want a serious relationship. They want to spend the rest of their life with you. This isn't a fling. This isn't a casual situation. This is someone looking at you as their life partner. The person they build an empire with, the person they create a legacy with, and they're willing to put in the work to make that happen. If this message awakens something within you, hype this video for other chosen ones who need to hear this. You're going to have access to things you never imagined, not just luxury items, but opportunities, connections, networks, doors that were previously locked are going to swing wide open. Because when you align with someone operating at this frequency, their world becomes your world. Their possibilities become your possibilities. Their power becomes your power. And yes, there's a part of you that's scared, a part that wonders if you're ready for this, a part that questions whether you deserve it. But let me tell you something, you absolutely deserve this. Every struggle you've been through, every hardship you've endured, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, it was all preparing you for this exact opportunity. This is your reward. This is your breakthrough. This is what happens when the chosen ones finally step into their destiny. Now let me be clear about something. Sharing isn't part of this equation at all. Territorial energy runs deep here in a way that borders on possessive, and while some might see that as a red flag, after everything you've been through, after all the times people failed to fight for you, this energy is exactly what you need. Seeing others flirt with you creates genuine disturbance, deep disturbance. Every attempt someone makes to get your attention, every show of interest gets documented, faces get remembered, mental notes accumulate about how to eliminate any competition before it even becomes a threat, not through manipulation, not through sabotage, but by being so undeniably perfect for you that no one else stands a chance. Complete possession is the goal, knowing that when the claim becomes official, you're not entertaining other options. Full attention is required, full commitment, full presence, and in return the same gets offered. Complete loyalty, total devotion, unwavering commitment. Because when the words "your mind" get spoken, every fiber of being backs up that statement. Something primal pulses through this energy, something that taps into ancient relationship dynamics where claiming happens and that claim gets protected fiercely. And for you, someone who's been taken for granted, someone who's been treated as disposable, someone who's been made to feel replaceable, this territorial energy is going to feel like finally arriving home. Very clear signals will be sent to everyone around you that you're off limits, not in a controlling way, not in a way that restricts your freedom, but in a way that establishes boundaries, a way that announces, this person belongs with me and games aren't on the table. And honestly, doesn't that sound refreshing? Doesn't that sound like exactly what you've been craving? Someone so certain about you that public claiming happens and fierce protection follows. The first real move is going to come through a social invitation. They're going to create a reason for you to be in their presence. Maybe it's an event, maybe it's dinner, maybe it's something that seems casual, but is actually meticulously planned, because this person doesn't leave things to chance. Every detail matters, every moment is orchestrated. When you show up, you're going to feel something in the air, electricity, a tension, a sense that something significant is about to happen. They're going to be watching you all night. Not obviously, not in a way that makes you uncomfortable, but their attention will be on you constantly. They'll notice everything, how you interact with others, how you carry yourself, what makes you laugh, what makes you uncomfortable. And at some point during this encounter, they're going to create a moment where it's just the two of you, away from the crowd, away from the noise, and in that moment you're going to feel the full weight of their presence, the intensity of their gaze, the power of their energy, and something inside you is going to shift. You're going to realize that this isn't just attraction, this is recognition, soul-level recognition. The first date with this person is going to be unforgettable. They're going to pull out all the stops, not to show off, but to show you how serious they are, to demonstrate that when they commit to something, they commit fully. And you're going to leave that experience knowing that your life just changed, that nothing will be the same after this, that you just encountered someone who's going to alter the entire trajectory of your future. They're going to be observing you during this time, watching to see if you're genuinely interested or just impressed by their lifestyle, watching to see if you're someone who can handle their world or if you'll get overwhelmed by it. Watching to see if your intentions are pure or if you have ulterior motives, and the more authentic you remain, the more yourself you stay, the deeper they fall. Now here's something you need to understand about how jealousy operates at this level of wealth and power. This person has access to information you don't even realize exists. They can see who's been viewing your profiles. They notice patterns in who comments on your posts. They observe which names appear repeatedly in your social circle. And every single person who shows romantic interest in you is being mentally catalogued as a potential threat. But what really sets them off is when someone flirts with you in person, when they witness someone trying to capture your attention right in front of them, when they have to watch another person make you smile or laugh. That's when the territorial instinct reaches dangerous levels. Their jaw tightens, their energy shifts. There's a darkness that flashes across their face for just a moment before they regain composure, because they're imagining scenarios where they make it very clear to that person that you're off limits. You might catch them staring when this happens, not at you, but at whoever is talking to you, studying them, assessing whether this person is actually a threat or just being friendly, calculating how to subtly interject themselves into the conversation without appearing possessive. And later, when you're alone together, they might casually ask about that person, who they are, how you know them, what your relationship is. They'll frame it as curiosity, but really they're gathering intelligence. This jealousy isn't coming from insecurity. This person knows their worth. They know what they bring to the table, but they also know that you're rare, that you're special, that once other people fully wake up to what you are, the competition is going to intensify, and they want to establish their claim before that happens, before you become so visible, so radiant, so obviously powerful that everyone starts pursuing you. Let's talk about what's building between you physically, because this person is not playing around when it comes to intimacy. They have very specific desires, very specific fantasies, and you are at the center of every single one of them. They've imagined scenarios with you that would make your face flush. They've thought about things they want to do to you that reveal just how dominant their energy is in private. This person will absolutely take control in bed. That's not crude, that's fact. They're rough, they're intense. They know exactly how to take control in ways that will leave you breathless and wanting more. They're the type who's going to push boundaries, who's going to discover limits you didn't know you had, and then gently expand them, who's going to make you feel things you've never felt before. This person actually cares about your pleasure. They're not selfish. They're not just taking what they want. They're studying your responses, learning what makes you moan louder, discovering what drives you wild, because your satisfaction matters to them. Your pleasure is their mission. And they're going to become an expert in your body faster than you thought possible. The sexual chemistry between you is going to be explosive, the kind that makes it hard to keep your hands off each other, the kind where a simple look across the room creates tension that everyone can feel, the kind where the anticipation of finally being alone together is almost as intense as the act itself. And when you finally do connect physically, it's going to be exactly as intense as you're imagining right now, maybe more. They have a kinky side. They want to see you in lace, in lingerie, in outfits that reveal just enough while leaving plenty to the imagination. They have a fetish for certain types of clothing, and they're going to love seeing you model different looks for them. Not because they're shallow, but because they appreciate beauty, and they see you as the most beautiful thing they've ever encountered, and they want to worship that beauty in every way possible. While they're having these intense physical fantasies about you, they're also experiencing something they didn't expect: emotional vulnerability. Because this person is used to keeping intimacy and emotion separate, they've had plenty of physical connections that meant nothing beyond the moment. But with you, it's different. The physical desire is tangled up with genuine feelings, with actual love, with a need that goes beyond just the body, and this scares them. Because people at this level of power and status don't like feeling vulnerable. They don't like needing anyone. They don't like the idea that someone else has the power to hurt them. Yet here you are, completely unaware of the effect you're having, living your life, and they're over here getting emotionally attached in ways they swore they'd never allow again. Every time someone makes you laugh, they wonder if that person can make you happier than they can. Every time someone compliments you, they question whether that person sees your beauty more clearly. Every time someone shows interest, they spiral into calculations about whether they're moving too slow, whether they should have revealed themselves sooner, whether they're about to lose you before they even had you. This internal battle between wanting to claim you immediately and wanting to be strategic about timing is tearing them apart. Part of them wants to show up tomorrow and lay everything on the table, but the wiser part knows that good things take time, that rushing could scare you away, that the foundation needs to be solid before the full weight of their feelings can be revealed. So they wait, and they watch, and they seethe every time someone else gets close to you. Now, while all this unfolds in the physical realm, pay attention to what's happening spiritually, because your angels are working overtime right now. Messages are being sent through numbers, through dreams, through nature, through songs that randomly play at exactly the right moment, through conversations that seem orchestrated by something bigger than coincidence. Signs are going to start appearing that confirm this connection is divinely orchestrated. Repeated numbers, synchronicities too specific to ignore, dreams where glimpses of your future with this person flash before you. Messages from your intuition telling you this is right, even when your logical mind tries to talk you out of it. Your spirit knows what's coming, and preparation is being offered. This connection represents a solution. Remember that. Whatever struggle exists for you right now, whether it's financial stress, relationship drama, career confusion, this person brings resolution. Not as a savior. You don't need saving, but as a complement, as added value to your life, as support in areas where too much has been carried alone for too long. Believe in miracles. That's what your angels are communicating right now, because what's about to happen in your life is going to feel miraculous. The way this person shows up, the timing of it all, the perfection of how it unfolds. Planning this yourself would have been impossible. This is divine intervention. This is the universe rewarding you for staying faithful during difficult times. Your feelings about this person are real and worth exploring. Don't let fear talk you out of it. Don't let doubt convince you it's too good to be true. Don't let past disappointments make you close the door before it fully opens. This is different. This is the real thing. This is what you've been waiting for, and your spiritual team is confirming it through every channel available. Something else needs to be said here. You've been sensing this energy for longer than you realize. Maybe you couldn't put your finger on who or what it was. Maybe confusion clouded your understanding, but you felt a presence, an attention, an energy directed at you from somewhere unknown. You might have even caught yourself thinking about someone you haven't met yet, daydreaming about a person who fits this exact description. That's because energetically, connection has already been happening. Your spirits have been communicating even while your physical selves remain separate. Pay attention to how your body responds when you think about this. Does your heart rate increase? Does excitement bubble up? Does something inside you whisper yes, even though logic screams impossible? That's your spirit confirming what your mind hasn't caught up to yet. That's divine confirmation that this isn't fantasy, this isn't wishful thinking, this is prophecy manifesting in real time. There's going to be a moment, a specific moment where everything shifts, where the casual interest becomes serious pursuit, where the observation phase ends and the claiming phase begins. You'll feel it, the energy will change, their approach will intensify, and you're going to have to make a decision. You have a solution. Stop struggling alone. Stop carrying everything by yourself. Stop pretending you don't want help. This person wants to support you. They want to make your life easier. They want to provide for you in ways that give you freedom to focus on your purpose. And accepting that support isn't weakness, it's wisdom. There's going to be growth in this connection, massive growth. You're going to evolve in ways you can't even imagine right now, because this person is going to challenge you. They're going to push you to think bigger, to dream larger, to step into the fullness of who you're meant to be. And that growth is going to be uncomfortable at times, but it's also going to be exactly what you need. Someone else is going to make a serious move on you, someone attractive, someone interesting, someone who on paper seems like a good option. And this high-status person watching you is going to realize they're about to lose their window. They're going to see you entertaining another option, and it's going to force their hand, because they can't sit back and watch anymore. They can't stay in the shadows while someone else tries to claim what they've been patiently pursuing, so they're going to step forward, finally, fully, and when they do, you're going to see a side of them that's been hidden, the vulnerable side, the side that admits they've been watching, that confesses they've been thinking about you constantly, that reveals they've been strategizing how to approach you in a way that doesn't overwhelm you. This person who seemed so cold, so distant, so untouchable, is going to open up in ways that shock you. And you're going to have to decide in that moment whether you trust it, whether you believe that someone at their level could genuinely want someone like you, whether you're willing to take the risk of believing in something that seems too good to be true, because your past experiences have trained you to doubt, to question, to assume that good things don't happen to you. But this is your moment to choose differently. The people around you might try to talk you out of this. They're going to have opinions. They're going to warn you about moving too fast. They're going to question this person's intentions. They're going to project their own fears and limitations onto your situation. And you're going to have to tune all of that out, because those people don't have access to the information you have. They can't feel what you feel. They don't understand the spiritual confirmation you're receiving. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust that you've been prepared for this exact moment. Every lesson you learned in past relationships was teaching you how to recognize the real thing when it showed up. Every heartbreak was strengthening you so you could handle the intensity of real love. Every disappointment was clearing space for this connection that's about to change everything. When this person finally makes their official move, it's going to be serious. We're not talking about let's hang out sometime. We're talking about I want you in my life permanently. They're going to lay out their intentions clearly. No games, no ambiguity, just direct communication about what they want and where they see this going. They want everything with you, a relationship, a partnership, a future. They're not interested in halfway. They don't do casual. When they commit fully, and they're going to make that abundantly clear from the beginning. This is someone who's ready, who's mature, who's emotionally available, who's done playing games, and is ready for something real. The offer is going to include material comfort, financial security, access to a lifestyle you've only imagined. But more than that, it's going to include emotional safety, someone who's loyal, someone who's patient, someone who's willing to build something lasting, someone who sees you not just as a partner, but as an equal, as someone worthy of respect and honor and devotion. Now let me tell you what they're going to do when they see someone flirting with you after you've accepted their offer, because that territorial energy doesn't disappear once you're officially together. If anything, it intensifies, but now it manifests differently. Now it's not silent jealousy from the shadows. Now it's visible protection. Now it's them walking over and putting their arm around you while making direct eye contact with whoever was trying to shoot their shot. Now it's them introducing themselves with a firm handshake and a tone that makes it very clear you're taken. They're going to have a way of marking their territory without being disrespectful. A hand on the small of your back, standing just close enough that their presence is felt. A casual mention of future plans that makes it obvious you're a package deal now, and you're going to feel protected in a way you never have before, because finally, someone is willing to publicly claim you, to make it known that you belong together, to shut down any ambiguity about your relationship status. While they're busy protecting you from others, they're also going to be dealing with their own admirers, because people at this level of success and attractiveness don't go unnoticed. And you're going to have to watch other people try to flirt with them, try to capture their attention, try to insert themselves into situations where they clearly don't belong. And this is where you're going to see just how loyal this person is. They're going to shut it down immediately, not rudely, not in a way that creates unnecessary drama, but firmly, with zero ambiguity. They're going to make it clear that they're not available, that they're not interested, that they've found what they're looking for, and everyone else is wasting their time. And watching them handle those situations with such certainty is going to solidify your trust in ways that words never could. This is someone who travels often, who has business in various cities, who moves through social circles where temptation is constant, and yet they're going to choose you every single time. They're going to turn down advances. They're going to maintain boundaries. They're going to honor the commitment they made to you, even when you're not physically present to witness it, because their loyalty isn't performative, it's genuine. And they're going to expect the same from you. They're going to trust you completely while also making it clear that betrayal isn't something they tolerate. Not through threats or ultimatums, but through simple clarity about their values and standards. This is someone who's been hurt before, someone who knows what it feels like to be betrayed, someone who's rebuilt their ability to trust slowly and carefully, and they're offering that trust to you like the precious gift it is. So here we are, full circle, back to where we started, but everything has changed. That person who was watching you from the shadows is about to step into the light. That wealthy individual who's been secretly in love with you is about to make their claim official. That territorial energy that hated seeing others flirt with you is about to eliminate all competition by making it clear that you're taken. This is happening now, not someday, not eventually. Now, the wheels are already in motion. The approach is already planned. The moment is already approaching. And you need to be ready, not perfect, not without fear, but ready to say yes when the invitation comes, ready to step forward when the opportunity presents itself, ready to receive what you've been asking for. When they finally reveal themselves, when they finally make their intentions clear, when they finally extend the invitation into their world, you're going to understand why nothing else worked out, why every other relationship failed, why every other opportunity fell through, because it was all leading to this, all preparing you for this exact person, at this exact time, for this exact purpose. Your life is about to change dramatically. The struggle is ending. The breakthrough is here. The miracle you've been asking for is manifesting in the form of this connection. And this person who's secretly in love with you, who gets physically aroused just watching you, who hates seeing others flirt with you, who wants to spend the rest of their life with you, they're about to make everything official. Flirted. Look, you already know the attacks weren't random, and if you're paying attention you can feel it. Their walls are closing in. So let's talk about what we're doing about it. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve cooperative intelligence. The beauty is you don't even have to lift a finger. You put on the headphones, press play, and your subconscious is rewired while your enemies collapse under the weight of their own lies. This is why I created it in the beginning, so everything they did to break you becomes fuel for your purpose. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. So chosen one, receive this, accept this, prepare for this, because someone powerful is coming, someone wealthy is pursuing, someone territorial is claiming. And you, with all your anointing, with all your spiritual gifts, with all your rare energy, you are exactly what they want. You are the one they finally found. You are the person they've been searching for their entire life. Your partner is going to be different with you than they are with the world. In public they maintain that powerful exterior, that commanding presence, that untouchable aura. But in private, with you they're going to be soft, vulnerable, open in ways they aren't with anyone else. You're going to see sides of them that would shock their business associates. You're going to hear confessions that would surprise their friends. You're going to witness moments of doubt and fear that contradict their confident public persona. And this is how you'll know it's real, because they trust you enough to drop the mask, to be fully human, to admit that underneath all the success and status, they're just a person who wants to be loved authentically. And when you see them get jealous, when you witness that flash of territorial energy, when you notice them tensing up because someone's paying too much attention to you, you're going to understand the depth of their feelings, because people don't get jealous over things they don't value. People don't feel possessive about connections that don't matter. The intensity of their reaction is directly proportional to how much they care, and they care about you more than they've cared about anyone in a very long time. This is the person who's going to celebrate your wins like they're their own, who's going to support your dreams even when they don't fully understand them, who's going to invest in your growth even when it's inconvenient, who's going to stand beside you during your worst moments and remind you of your power, who's going to see you at your lowest and still treat you like royalty, because they recognize that you're not perfect, you're not without flaws, you're not always going to be at your best. And they don't need you to be. They just need you to be real, to be present, to be committed to the journey you're building together. So as we close this out, as we come back to where we began, remember this: someone with everything the world can offer chose you. Someone who could have anyone decided they wanted you. Someone operating at the highest levels saw something in you that made them willing to risk their heart one more time. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's divine orchestration. That's the universe confirming what you've always suspected, but were afraid to fully believe: that you are worthy, that you are enough, that you are exactly who you were created to be. And this connection is the proof.